What's up, everybody? I'm Sly The Movie Guy, and here's my movie review of Mank, directed by David Fincher, starring Gary Oldman, Amanda Seyfried, and the rest of the other cast and crew. And in this film, in 1930s Hollywood is reevaluated through the eyes of scathing social critic and alcoholic screenwriter Herman J. Mankiewicz as he races to finish the screenplay of Citizen Kane. I was really looking forward to this film because I'm a big fan of David Fincher. I mean, he's like easily like one of my favorite directors in Hollywood, and my favorite films of his are Fight Club, Seven, Social Network, Gone Girl, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, Zodiac. His direction and style in those films are like 2 thumbs up, and I highly recommend you checking those films out if you haven't seen it yet. It just something about those films is like his direction, his voice is there, and when you watch them, they're just like, wow, they're just like mind blowing. So I couldn't wait to like check this film out on Netflix. And also, I definitely was going to check this film out because this is based off the film that it seemed like they called like a masterpiece for many, many years, Citizen Kane, which I really enjoyed when I watched the film for the first time. And I think I watched it during when I was in college. It's a very good movie. I highly recommend checking it out if you into like old films that came out like in 1940s and stuff. That's why I think this film came out in 1941, if I'm not mistaken. It's really good film, so I highly recommend checking it out. Like I said, if you're into older films. So I was really like looking forward to checking this film out with David Fincher involved with the project, and his father was that screenplayed this film. So that was like definitely caught my interest of watching the film. So I was definitely going to check it out. So I checked this film out on Netflix, and what I think about it, let me start off with the positives. The style and design of this film. This is probably like one of the best looking films I've seen in 2020. Wow. The style and design looks incredible. I mean, it feels like somebody recorded this or something in 1930 or 40s. It felt just so realistic. It didn't feel like a film at all. It felt so real. I mean, I just couldn't keep my eyes off of it. The style of Hollywood and the clothes and all that stuff, they really captured the feel of it so phenomenally well on so many levels. It was just that good, man. The way the people was acting, I couldn't find like any flaws out of it. I was trying to find something that felt like modern day of Hollywood, but I couldn't. It looked so good, man. I just enjoyed it every second of it. There's like 2 thumbs up, 10 out of 10. The style and design of this film looks really good, and the black and white of it looks good with it. I just love black and white films. Like if people like making films that stuff that happened in the past and make films now, I just love that. If they could capture the feel of it, it's a win for me. And this film did that for me. It delivered on that. I loved every second of it. It was just good, and I'm just gonna leave it as that. The acting in this film is really good by Gary Oldman as Herman J. Mankiewicz. He did a freaking phenomenal job. Gary Oldman is up there in age, and I don't know how he pulled this off, man. It just shows how good of an actor Gary Oldman is. I mean, from the film I watched, like one of my favorite films that came out in 2017, The Darkest Hour, him playing Winston Churchill was just so phenomenal how he transformed into based on a real life person. He did so well with that, and him playing another person that's based on real life, he did a freaking phenomenal job. Oh man, Gary Oldman, he's just a good actor. He's one of the best actors in Hollywood, straight up. He's just that good, and he's one of my favorite actors in Hollywood. He did good. He's making me stutter a little bit and speechless. I don't know how he did it. But man, he's the main reason this film is like watchable. I could like watch the performance any day in this film. He's like the driving force in this film. His acting, him playing this character that has the alcoholism problem and talking to people in Hollywood. His performance alone was just great, and that goes for everybody else. Amanda Seyfried, she did a fantastic job, as well as the other actors and actresses involved with this film. The acting was good in this film, and Gary Oldman, man, I could go on with Gary Oldman's performance any day. He just that good of actor, like I said already. It was just good. So the acting in this movie was really good. It they give the characters and stuff, the tone and the vibe of it was really good in the film. So the acting and all that was just great. I gotta say, 2 thumbs up. And the story in this film, I thought it was okay. I wouldn't say it was like I was bored out of my mind about this film. Certain aspects of this film I really did enjoy, especially when it came to like Gary Oldman's character and his alcoholism problem as he working with people in 1930s and 40s in Hollywood and stuff with the production of MGM pictures and stuff like that. I thought that aspect of the film really worked. I really enjoyed that part. And the filming stuff with him and his relationship with his wife and Amanda Seyfried's character, I thought all those things really worked. I thought that was probably like the best part of the film and stuff as film was going on. Those were one of the interesting parts when it came to filming and stuff. But when it came to other stuff in the film, which I won't get any spoilers, and the politics and stuff like that, it kind of like was a little bit kind of draggy. I would say like a slow burn because this film is about like 2 hours and 12 minutes. So that part of the film kind of was not like, didn't like make me feel like I wasn't interested at all. It just didn't bring my interest. I was not like engaged with it. It just certain things in the film that was talked about and stuff when it came to like characters talking and stuff in the film. So when it came to like stuff in Hollywood in 1930s and 40s, some of it just didn't interest me at all. Now, if they were just like doing like basically like Hollywood stuff like completely and stuff like that and just gave me like a scene that was like a standout, I would have been like, wow, they did it for me. Because it was not like one scene that was like one of my favorites. I was like trying to find a scene and I couldn't find it. I was like, they just didn't give it to me. And that was like one of my negatives. The story just kind of like was like a slow burn and certain things that was in the film that was going on didn't really interest me at all. And I think that was like one of my little bit of my negatives of the film. It just, the story just was okay, just wasn't the best. And that was like a little bit like disappointing for me, was like one of my letdowns. Like I said, I wouldn't say it was like a boring movie. Some aspects, it was interesting, but then at times in the film, it just kind of felt like a little bit like kind of uninteresting. And that was just like one of my negatives. And that's pretty much it. Overall, do I recommend this film? If you're into black and white films like this, I say check it out. You might enjoy it. I wouldn't say it's the worst David Fincher film, but I'll say this is one of his weakest films in recent years. I wouldn't put it up top with the films I mentioned earlier, like Fight Club 7 or Zodiac and stuff like that. But I say the film is okay. And I probably have said it about 3 or 4 times, but hey, that's all I can say about this film. It's fine, what it is. And I'm just going to leave it as that. I'm going to give this film a solid B. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think about this film. Did you like it or not? Let me know. And have you seen it or not? And also let me know what is your favorite David Fincher film. I would love to know that too. And apologize for being late on this review. I've been very busy at work and stuff, scheduling stuff. It's been rough, but hey, I'm glad to be back making videos on YouTube. Glad they do give y'all a review of this film. And that's pretty much it. And as always, if you like this video, click thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, click subscribe and the bell button for more future content. That's why I can see you next time on Sly the Movie Guy. Peace.